Hey guys, my name is Jade, and today we're going to be stretching for some needles. So first, let's start off by doing 50 jumping jacks to get our body nice and warm for when we're stretching. Now that we're done with our jumping jacks, try and grab your arms behind your back. When you do this, almost try and touch your hands to the floor. This should help stretch out your shoulders so that you're ready to do needles later on. Now that we're done with that, it's time to do some bridges. You can either enter your bridge from standing up like I did, or you can go from the floor. In your bridge, you want to do some back bend rocks, some back bend claps, some back bend kicks, and some back bend hops. Now that we're done with our back bends, it's time to do some arm circles to stretch out our shoulders even more. After you do your arm circles, feel free to stretch out your shoulders however else you'd like to. Now that we're done with that, go ahead and slide into your seal stretch. From here, slide into your cat stretch. Now from here, push your hips forward and grab your ankles. If this is too easy for you, try and touch the floor to do a back bend. Now come out. Go into your right leg lunge. To do your proper lunge, you're going to lock out your knee in front of you and then bend into the actual lunge. Now lock out your front knee and stretch down to the floor. Now slide into your split. When you slide into your split, if you can, try not to touch the floor and hold yourself up. You want to stretch yourself out as much as you can. Now reach forward. Now in your split, you can stretch out your back if you need to. If you don't, just go ahead and reach back to that back foot if you can. Now do the exact same thing on the other leg. Now go into your middle split or straddle split. Great job so far! Now, from our middle split or straddle split, we can push back into our normal straddle. Arms up, one arm under and one arm over. If this is too difficult for you, then you can do one arm on either side and reach past your foot. Other side. Now reach to the middle. If you can, grab your arms behind your back and do a similar stretch to the second stretch we did earlier in this video. Now go into a pike stretch and grab your toes. Now pull your toes back. Now roll out your ankles, and if you need to, stretch out your back. Now go into a butterfly stretch and push down your knees to the floor. Now push your feet out into a diamond shape and smell your toes. We're now going to do a little something I like to call a door split. You're going to do a sort of like a standing up split, and you're going to use your arms to walk yourself up the other side of the door. You're then going to take your arm and try and grab your leg to do a needle-like thing. Now switch sides. Now we're going to do oversplits. Start by doing a lunge on a raised surface. Now lock out your front knee. Now slide into your split. If you can, try and reach past your foot. Now reach back as far as you can and try and grab your foot. Now repeat the same thing but on the opposite leg. We're now going to move on to kicking scales and needles. You're going to have one arm on your wall or door, and you're going to start pulling your scales and or needles. Now repeat the same thing on the opposite side. We're now going to try kicking our needle or scale leaning up against something. That means we're using both arms. We're now going to try and kick our needle or scale without holding on to anything or leaning up against anything.